Another May week is here, and time to go into Liberian football on the Liberia Soccer Show. The Liberia Soccer Show is here on ELBC 99.9 every Wednesday, beginning at this time. Today is July 10, 2024. It's a pleasant good afternoon from the sports desk at the Liberia Broadcasting System. The Soccer Show is that platform that discusses and plays emphasis only on Liberian football, talking about the players, the coaches, referees, the fans, and football administrators in general. Welcome to the show. My name is Koluba Zeze, and this afternoon we are looking at the LFA National Third Division playoffs and Maserado County District League. Liberia Senior National Football Team gets the schedule for the 2025 Nations Cup campaign, and the other time there were some who said we may not make it. We hope to have Anthony Kwekwe on the show from the LFA to talk about the third division playoff and the Maserado County District League, which got off today. While we get to that, just a moment, we will be back with the show. Allison for River kicks a long one. Intended for Marcelo, who gets by one. Sends the ball to Delaware. Goal! River has scored! Welcome to the soccer show here on ELBC Radio. And indeed, the counter meet will be coming up very soon. Yes, not too long from now. But this is the soccer show here on ELBC Radio. If you're just coming my way, I'd like to say a pleasant welcome.
Do you ever feel like an expert in your favorite sports? With OneXBet, you can turn your hobby into income. Everyone can make the correct match forecast and get extra money. Visit onexbet.com.lr today. Download the app and use promo code LiberiaX to get a 200% bonus up to 45,000 Liberian dollars. Express yourself. You are the expert. Play with OneXBet. Show your experience and win.
Well, try it and see if you are a winner. Welcome back to the program as we look into our files very quickly. Liberia Football Association President Mustafa Raji said though the LFA recently rejected money donation from Kasekuo for the youth women's national team, the local football house does not have the power to stop him from owning a club. He also spoke recently about he plans to have Liberia branding its own kids, so that we can stop the one star or one uniform. The Lone Star will begin the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers in September with 2 matches. The Lone Star will play away to Togo in the first week of September before hosting Algeria around September 10. Qualifying rounds for the 2025 Nations Cup will happen in September, October, and November, with the top 2 teams qualifying to the finals in Morocco. Black Men Warriors Under 17 team is in Finland, and they have just concluded another victory. They are taking part in the Helsinki Cup. They've scored another victory a few minutes ago, beating their opponents 2-0, and it's the 4th win for the Black Men Warriors team, and they are having a good time there in Finland, and we say hats off to them. They are participating in the Helsinki Cup, which runs up to 16th of the month. And the much talked about LFA Monserrado County District League got off today with 2 matches. Well, the first game is currently on at the Sub Antoinette Tutman Stadium. Districts 10 and 9 are beginning their campaign in the first match. The second game will come on between District number 8 and District number 7. And the organizer said the games will happen only at the Antoinette Tutman Stadium. We'll be talking about that right here. Ahead of the National County Sports Meet, Sano County has appointed a new steering committee. As Sano County Senator and former Dongin Football Club CEO Cretan Opa, that's Ome Dongin, has been named as the chair for the committee. And Senator Cretan Dongin will be assisted by former Anfield boss Tobo Yinswa as his co-chairman for administration. Others appointed on the sports steering committee of Sano include Monserrado County District 16 Representative Dixon Sibo, who will serve as co-chair for operations. Mr. Hayton Johnson will serve as co-chair for mobilization, and Representative Romeo Quia is also on that committee. And the steering committee is charged with the responsibilities of making sure Sano feed the strongest team and also win the National County Sports Meet. The county has also appointed Brad Dixon, Magic Brad Dixon, alias Moreno, as head coach of the football team to ensure they achieve their dream. Well, despite that, disputes have persisted about Sano County winning the National County Sports Meet. And there have been reports that the county has never won the competition before, but some soccer pundits say the county won the title in 1986, beating Grand Kitma County in the final, but that is not recorded in the county meet winners record. But that debate, Cretan Dongin things issue, and this year, when Sano shall say, well, if you say we did not win, we've won it. But in 1986, yes, Sano actually won the county meet, beating Grand Kitma County in the final that was in January. And then in 1986, they had the opening of the Samoa Sports Complex, and then they said, well, the 2 finalists from the county meet should open the national sports stadium, the SKD. So in 1986, and there is Kiadi, who is the first goal scorer at the SKD in 1986. He played for Grand Kidman that year when Sano won the National County Sports Meet. But I don't know why it is not recorded. Sorry. I don't know why it is not recorded, my people. Really. It's not recorded at all. There's, if you look on the list, you will not see Sano as a winner of the county meet. Anyway, maybe they know the reason why. Maybe oversight, you want to say yes. And so, like we said, the district tournament is on today. It's got off today at the Antoinette Tutman Stadium. And why is the FSO, keen, interested in the district tournament? We have we've been joined by Anthony Kwekwe on the program this afternoon. Anthony, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Kaiser. Good afternoon to the audience out there. It's a pleasure joining you once again.
Well, thanks for coming. And the district league is kicking off today. There's been this momentum about the district league. What is the LFA putting in? That God, I saw people training. There are some people who say, I don't want to be, get off my focus. What is LFA putting in it that attracting the guys, the players?
Well, once it comes to the district league, it's almost like the national county sports meets, so that anyhow you turn it, everyone in Monserrado belong to a particular district where they reside, or where perhaps they have been living for a couple of time before moving on to another district. So at the end of the day, you have everyone involved, and this is an off-season tournament after the end of the regular league season. So a preseason tournament organized by the Football Association to ensure that you have some of these players who are also participating in the league. They also belong to a district where they will be able to participate in some of these preseason tournaments, at least be playing while we are with the kickoff of the official league. So as you can see, the momentum has been there where districts, coordinators, coaches going out there looking for players from the various teams in the league who reside in those districts to ensure that they all form part of the district and then go into the district league. And sometimes it becomes political where you have lawmakers themselves all involved giving pledges of support to the team, teams running to their rural lawmakers and permanent individuals residing within the district to ensure that they support the team. So you notice that you always have that momentum in the league, like the national county sports meet.
Well, and it starts today. I'm being told that the earliest venues they talk about will not be hosting again other games to the SKD. I mean to the ATS.
Well, that was talked on, that was discussed, and now it has been changed. So, based on the pairing of the districts that are closer to each other, and then those districts will be able to play at those venues that are formed within one of those districts where you have 4 to 5 districts in a particular zone. Okay. So, the LFA venue that is within that district will be able to host that particular zone, and then some of the districts have 2 venues as well. So, once we reach to the stage where perhaps teams are tied on points, and then the last game that have to be played simultaneously, then you have those games played at those rural venues within that district before moving on to the quarterfinals up to the finals, where all of the matches now would then be played at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium, because at that point everyone is concentrated on getting to the finals, so you don't need it to be spread out. But at the moment where they are still playing the zonal matches, it's been spread across. So we have games today being played at the ATS. So tomorrow we will have games at other venues, including the SKD practice page, the Tusa field as well.
Okay, so that's an update, because earlier I was talking with people on the committee, and they were saying, well, the games all will now be played at the SKD. So that's good. That means that we can go at the ATS, we can go at the SKD tomorrow. I see on the fixture, if this fixture is still being considered, July 11 tomorrow, district number 2 will take on district number 1. 2 p.m. at the Tusa field. District 11 versus District 13, also at the Tusa field. And here in Painesville, it's going to be District 3 and District 5. Yeah, they are very close to the other venue at the SKD practice ground. District 3 and District 5. And then we have District 6 and District 4. Yes, okay. So the fixture and at the ATS tomorrow, District 17 will take on District 14, District 15, and District 16. Yeah, the Bushra Island people in there. Yeah, y'all can come to the ATS, and but the LFA rules in terms of who coach a team, who are those to work with a team. Are you guys applying it? Is it being applied in this competition, or is like, look, district, you decide how you run your league?
Yes, there are rules and regulations, but there are some of the rules that are within the National League. They are relaxed within the preseason tournament or the district league, because we don't go on to enforce those other rules within the National League, where you have to have CAF and C-less and be the coach at this level. So those districts have those coaches that they do believe in, that reside within that district. It's possible the person doesn't have that credential, so we don't want to restrict those coaches from coaching that district. So, I mean, there are rules and regulations. Like we go into every tournament, you have rules and regulations. So there are those rules and regulations, but not as compared to the National League, where there are certain restrictions relative to who coach in the league. So it's a preseason tournament, so we give the districts the opportunity to go ahead to select their players and the coaches.
All right, so I think I will. Okay, if I'm a lesson coach, man, next league season I will apply. I mean, I'll tell the guys in district says I have the coach, because they don't want me. They don't want to put me on the team. My own friend Milton Yoko not part of them, but Kofi, Julius Kofi, and the other guys, they don't want me to be a part of the team, but no problem. I'll force my way some kind of way. All right, so it's going to be what, a month or 2-3 weeks tournament?
Well, it's going to last for a couple of weeks, and the champion of the competition is going to walk away with $250,000 Liberian dollars, and the runners-up is going to walk away with 100,000. So those are the cash prizes for the tournament, and it's going to be entertaining, as it has always been. So once the zonal stage concludes, you're going to have teams progressing to the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and then that's the time you're going to have the ATS being very packed. And I mean, some of those districts, exactly once they are playing against each other, and that's why we even started it this way to pair them in a way that there will be rivalry, where you have these districts that are within the Painesville area that are close to each other, start the rivalry from in the zonal stage before going on to the latter stages. Perhaps they will qualify to the semi-final, the quarterfinal, and then meet up again. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Wow. And you talk about, awards, 250,000. It means you got somebody backing you, or is it that the LFA say, look, we got some cash in our pocket, let's put it into the district league?
Well, the LFA is taking the cash from its own pocket at the moment, so we don't have an official sponsor for the District League, and we are hoping to see if we can get the sponsor for the District League, where at least at the end of the tournament, apart from just the cash prize we're going to give to the champions and the runners-up, we're going to have other individual awards. So once we have sponsor for the District League, I mean, those are things that we think of including, if even possible, that from the quarterfinal stage to the semi-final, where we're going to have mayor of the match giving out those other prizes or trophies for individual performances. But at the moment, we don't have a sponsor for the District League.
So no mayor of the match, best
Yeah.
goalkeeper, all of you.
Yeah.
So just the winner, no second place.
No, just the champions and the runners-up.
Wow, the FA is putting their hands in their own pocket. This is the soccer show on ELBC Radio. The district league calls for people residing in the districts. So if a Sierra Leonean, a Guinean, or a Ghanaian resides in a district, is he allowed to participate?
Yeah. I mean, it's a preseason tournament and he resides within the district. So once he goes through the registration process and then the competition department does the vetting, I mean, he's allowed to participate.
So it's not limited to age.
No.
Nah, to say under 17.
No.
Okay, so the beer men can play and the no hair no can also play. And so, like we said, today is district number 9 going against district 10. That game is already on at Anthony Tottenham Stadium, and the second game will be district 8 and district 7 at 4 p.m. So if we get update from the games there, we will let you know.
Well, first half in a 1-1.
Okay,
so the second half is on the way now.
So second half on the way, and so you can go there, the district spleen. You can go and cheer your team to victory. And tomorrow at the SKD, those of you around the SKD block, you have an opportunity to also be at the games. And this tournament, I understand there are some clubs who have warned their players from participating in the tournament. I'm wondering if a communication has been sent to the LFA saying, "Look, LFA, this district tournament, we're not against it, but we don't want our players to participate." Has there been any club sending such a communication to the football house?
Well, I only saw an official press release from Pinsway FC preventing their players from participating in the district league, and is based on their preparation for the upcoming CAF Confederation Cup. I mean, they have a very huge task ahead, so in their own wisdom, they believe that it is not safe for their players to participate in the district league, even though they had their own Pinsway Cup preseason tournament, which is also part of their preparation. So they thought it was that none of their players should participate in the district league in order to avoid injuries. So it's not basically about not wanting them to participate in the league. So at the club level, I mean, once the club reaches that decision, the players who have the contract or their contracts with the club, I mean, they have to follow those rules and regulations to avoid playing within that league. So I mean, that's at their club level. So once they came up with that release, none of their players will be able to participate. So if a player from the team goes to participate, I mean, the FA is not going to stop them, but you're going to get the punishment from your own club because you were told not to participate in the league.
The soccer show on ELBC Radio, and we are here every Wednesday.
River G is getting closer ever to our first championship in the National Sports League football version. If River G scores this one, I think that's it. Yeah, who's going in? Eddie Monson, he keeps it, let's go! River G has won it! G has won it 2023-2024 National Championship football version here at SKP. Shootout.
Don't mind it, stay hurting me that Roger V. Lofa. Stay hurting me, but that's it. Somebody must win, and we say as of. But well, that was it. And let's talk. The third division league is also the playoffs also happening. So I don't know. Okay, a level the player is strong to play today for a district, and then 2 days after he plays for his third division team. But where are we with the third division? Round of 15.
Well, at the moment, we have progressed to the stage called the Big 15. So after the first two preliminary rounds, first and second legs across the counties, we have 15 teams progressing to the Big 15. And then after that, team going to take a bath to the quarterfinal, while the other remaining teams are going to also qualify to the quarterfinals. And then at the end of the day, once we have our four semi-finalists, that's the time we're going to reach travel to Nimba County to the main venue where those four teams are going to compete for the 3 slots in the second division. So at first it was restricted where teams from the southeast were not to participate, but later the executive committee reconsidered its decision and came up with a new format that allows the teams from the southeast to play among themselves within a zone, and then you're going to have about 1 or 2 teams qualifying from that zone and then making their way to the Big 15, the quarterfinal, if possible the semi-final, and then move on if they are good enough to win those games, and then move on to the final and then qualify to the second division. So at this point, everyone is involved, everyone is participating, even though first it was done in the way that the southeastern teams couldn't have participate, but I mean that's something they front against, and then the executive committee in his wisdom thought it was to undo the decision and then went on to set up a new format. So we are now into the Big 15, and 2 teams also took a back to the quarterfinal, Gompa FC and then the District 17 Academy, because they had the highest goal aggregate in their zone. So they took a back. So the remaining 13 teams are going to compete, battle against themselves in the Big 15 before looking for a slot in the quarterfinals.
Was that in the rule?
Yeah, it was in the rules.
I mean, highest winner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even the preliminary rounds where we had the 2 legs, there are 2 teams that also took a bar to the Big 15 that we're about to go to now. So for that, it was done during the draw. So once you are picked and then you get a bar, you go to the Big 15. So that was done, and it's also part of the rules. So we had 2 teams that went to the Big 15, and then the other teams competed against each other in the first and second round of the preliminaries before moving on to the Big 15.
Wow, it's good to score goals, eh?
Yeah.
And today we have a game in the Big 15. Kusa and Kusa of Bon County and
Nima Young Controller.
Nima Young Controllers, or NYC. It's that game is where, in Banga, or is in the
it should be in Banga, yeah, because Kusa is from Bon County, so it's in Banga at the Deokoyon Sports Stadium.
So is it because of the financial issues? They say, well, let the guys play in the regional, like almost like a regional block.
Yeah, it's also about getting everyone involved instead of getting the teams from the southeast to come for the 5 teams from the southeast come to Montserrat or going to Nima to play. I mean, everyone first have to do that, battle that among themselves within our various zones, because the Football Association has 4 zones. So those zones, you need to have those teams battling among themselves and then come up with the champions or the best teams from that zone, because at that point it's now about the zone. Once you have 2 teams qualifying from that zone going on to the latter stages, I mean, all your teammates or fellow teams from our particular zone will be hoping that, yes, you guys go and represent our zone and ensure that we get a second division slot. So that's the new format the executive committee thought it was to come up with. And then talking about finances, the FA also gave each team $25,000 for preparation. And then if you progress to the Big 15, they give you $20,000. If you progress to the quarterfinal, they give you about $15,000 as well. So the more you progress, the more money you get.
The FA is giving money per your progress.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they give each person $25,000 for the preliminary. So those that have qualified to the Big 15, they will receive $20,000. So once you progress to the quarterfinal, it's the same way. Yeah.
And then when you go to the final,
that's the time you're going to be fighting for the prize.
Some clubs will really get regional because every step you take, you get some money. And yes, I hope Paris FC, my only team is Paris FC from Grand County. That's my only team, and they play Finda FC. I hope Paris can win a second division slot so that we can be going Grange there too to see second division football. But their game is also today, right? In Fishtown, Finda FC versus Paris FC.
Paris.
Finda of River G and Paris of Grand G there. And then today at the JE Green Stadium in Sano County, Jetta FC is taking on Dreams FC.
Yeah.
Of Sano.
So Jetta FC was one of those teams that took a first, from the preliminary. So now they are into the Big 15. So for them, they are playing their first game, their first one game.
And bar for them is meeting their.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Dreams FC. We hope you do well, and let's see whether you can come back. Also today, Riverside FC, another team that took a bar.
Yeah,
Riverside FC,
against Susa.
and they're taking on Susa
Yeah,
of
from
Grand,
Magibi.
Susa of Magibi.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they are playing in Riverside,
yeah.
Warsaw Town Stadium. My man, Warsaw Town Field, man. Why can't I say that? Y'all get serious to that. Warsaw Town Stadium. That football field. But Riverside FC will be up against Susa. That game is at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And the LFA is looking for 3 teams. There's 3 spaces already.
Yeah, in the second division. So the 3 teams are already gathered. You now need 3 teams to go and replace them. So it's what those teams from those rural counties are battling against each other to fight for those slots within the second division. Like we saw the previous playoffs, the ones that were here in Bon County last year when I was here in Monserrado. We saw teams progressing, and then some of those teams did extremely well. Some they didn't do well at all, but that's the game of football. So at the end of the season, you're still going to have teams fighting for those slots to come. And some of these teams have been to playoff on a number of occasions, but have just been unlucky. So perhaps this could be their time as well.
And the LFA took some actions during the tournament against, Blue Lake FC?
Yeah, Blue Lake FC. Yeah, they played their first home game, and during the game, there was a situation where the referee took a decision, and then the fans were not in favor of that decision. They disrupted the game, went to the pitch, attacked the referee. So after the committee investigated, they found Blue Lake and also reached a decision that they won't play any of their home matches at the
Blue Lake
CS in Bonny County. So now they have to find another home venue, but unfortunately, they are already out of the tournament because they lost the return leg. So based on the 2-0, the forfeit in the first leg, and then the second leg, they didn't get the favorable result that could see them progress to the Big 15, so they are completely out of the competition. And the last edition here in Montreal, actually did well, but unfortunately.
Yeah, they did well. There were a lot of noise about that Blue Lake FC from their association. But on the 14th of the month, the playoff will continue in Bopolu City, where Mate Angels will host Downtown FC.
Yeah, Downtown from Monserrado.
Downtown FC of Monserrado, and then Kemokai FC and Amazing FC. Will that game actually take place on the Alligator Field?
Yeah, 2 teams are from Monserrado. So now one of Monserrado representatives are about to go out.
Yeah, this is not fair, man. It's not fair.
That's how the pairing was done before. Before the even reached this team.
Yeah, two entertaining teams. I've seen Kemokai play a fine playing team. Amazing FC, fine playing team. Oh, I thought you guys who have met in the quarterfinals or semifinals. Sorry, anyway. Alligator Field. Are they really playing the Alligator Field? Yeah. Long time I've not been to the Alligator Field. I hope I can find time to visit Alligator Field I see be almost 8 years now or 7 years. Well, we have to go on next day, but the LFA is doing a lot of training for coaches, and is it the last for the year, the last set of training for the year? I've seen a lot of females putting in, going to do some training. Is it the last edition or the module for the year or what?
No, we still have other courses coming up at the moment. There is an ongoing course specifically for women coaches. So it's the CAF Lesson C for women coaches. So they have completed 2 modules. So this is the final module, and then they will be graduating to get their licenses. And then we have other upcoming courses in August, CAF Lesson D, and this is going to be going across the rural counties in Grand Bassa, the same Lesson D in Bon County in August, in Nimba, Lofa, Sando, Monserrado, all in the same August. And we're also going to have refresher courses for License C holders here in Monserrado, refresher for License B, and then also refresher for License A. Those refreshers had to be done before the start of the league season, because once you as a coach, you don't go through the refresher, you won't be allowed to stay on the land during the league season. So the FA does this every year before the start of the league season to ensure that you go through refresher as a coach before the league season can start. So we still have other courses coming up.
Okay, we will talk more about that. But Tony, thanks ever so much for being here, and that's how we go home. Time slips so fast on Wednesdays. Why time slips so fast on Wednesday? Well, I will have to ask the guys who read the weather report, so they tell me. But my name is Kolubas. I say thanks for being here on the Soccer Show. We will be here on Saturday for Super Sports, and thanks to all of you following us